illustrations, lots of fun, new creations. This is a place for you.
Can you guys hear me okay? And apparently I lost all the filters on my mic, so we took my computer apart today and put a new hard drive in, or added a hard drive. Added a new hard drive, plugged everything back in, and of course everything was all mixed up. And my husband did a great job getting the hard drive, you know, set up. But, I'm finding that my mic is getting more finicky as the years pass, because I got this mic about, I don't know, 5 years ago, and now it's like every time I start a stream I have to check my sound settings on my Windows, because my Windows is like, and so I've lost all the filters on my mic now too. So I had a noise gate, and right now I have noise suppression because I've got a ticking clock, a cuckoo clock above my desk, and I have an aquarium that's bubbling, which is just the shrimp aquarium right there. So I don't know what you guys can hear on my mic right now. I hope that you can hear me okay and I'm not hearing like everything else. And that you're also hearing some music being fed in by the Aquarist AK stream, which is some lo-fi. So let me know what you're hearing or not hearing on stream today, since I was just going to do a quick stream when my daughter was in Taekwondo and work on this waterfall, because I had made some progress on it, but I don't know if I finished I was working on the rocks. So I was like, okay, well, I can maybe just get to a stopping point on this before switching back over to my contract work, which I won't stream. So please let me know if there's sound issues today. Music sounds good, but I'm having to turn a tad to hear you. Okay, because I'm right in front of the mic, so I think that it's probably one of the settings on my mic, which is a filter, right? So where are my filters? So there's a noise suppression right now. And I could take that off. And I think before I had a noise gate, which I had set up perfectly, I thought. So is this any better? Okay, I just turned off the noise suppression and turned on the noise gate to roughly what I thought it was. Still the same. I love audio. Hi, Rahara. Are you having trouble hearing me too? Thank you. I am trying to figure out my noise gate. I think I have it back sort of where I was without the noise suppression. So you're probably hearing a ticking clock. You might hear an aquarium. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like you could hear some stuff. So let's see if I do a noise gate. Okay. Not a noise gate. A noise suppression is what I had before. But I think it's a little... might be a little weird. So what I'm trying to do is, I don't know. You'll probably hear my ticking clock aquarium. Okay, don't need suppression. Okay, well, we'll just do the noise gate and hopefully that'll be good enough. And I apologize because I didn't think that I would have to redo my filters just because my mic got unplugged. So, I'm not gonna get a new mic because it costs money. This one actually sounds good when it's working. It's just been a little finicky. Okay, you can't hear the background noises. That's good, because sometimes I go back and watch my VOD, and when I'm quiet and, you know, the music is cut out because I have it on a different channel, right? So the VOD doesn't have the music, and then you just hear me talking, and in between talking you hear the tick, tick, tick of my our cuckoo clock, which I love, but I don't know what other people, you know, think of a stream where it's just like a ticking clock. Anyway, it looks like I had finished the water and I was doing rocks, and I might have gotten to a good stopping point with the rocks. And I'm happy with the water. I think I was gonna go under the river and do a couple rock things. And that'd be about it. You've been drawing a lot again. So, are you willing to share? Can I pull it up, or are you not ready yet? I know you were talking about doing some sketch streams, which I think would be great. I'll enjoy seeing those. Well, I enjoy all your streams. Luna Laney does tarot readings and is going to be doing some art sketch streams soon. And I look forward to those. And I'm sorry I haven't caught you or Rahara's streams lately. Well, first of all, Mondays are just like never good. But then I think the other thing is that there's probably the time difference issue with us, Luna. And Rahara, I don't know, I didn't have my notifications set, so hopefully I can catch you now. And it'll work. I'm gonna turn up my mic just a bit, because I see that it's not necessarily capping quite. There we go. Okay. So, doing a little bit of rock stuff underwater was what I was going for, I think. I really should work on my contract work really soon. I've allowed myself some time off to kind of decompress because I've had a really stressful kind of April. But it is about time. You can't really see what I'm doing here. I don't think it's making much of a difference. Oh, I see. It's making a bit of a shadow, which is actually useful. I'm into shadows. So what have you been sketching, Luna? And are you inspired again to work on that canvas you got? You shouldn't feel pressured to like do it right away. I mean, I have some art supplies and things sitting upstairs that I had big ideas for, and they're just sitting there. And I've gotten to where I'm okay with that. You know, life is life. There we go. So that's not much, but you can kind of see there what I just did. Do contract work sometime soon. Yes, I do. Might do an extra late night stream. You're probably missing it. If it's late night, then yeah. During the week, I try to get to bed at a decent time. Usually because I'm really tired. The canvas needs a fresh idea because Heavy was not on board with what I wanted to paint. Aww. Rahara has been working on jewelry. Here's a shout out for you, Rahara. And thanks you guys for stopping by. I know that I've got like 2 streams going right now. This one's gonna be pretty short. I guess it was kind of some troubleshooting for audio. And it looks... Oh! I have something to tell you guys. So, after doing a bit of research, we determined that we're probably gonna hold on to the unlimited internet because we switched over our phone and bundled it with it, and we were getting a discount through work, but the discount didn't outweigh the bundle because they were doing a promo for a year. And then after a year, we counted up kind of the monthly cost, and we realized that if we bundled things a little differently, we were able to maybe hang on to the unlimited internet for the time being. It still costs more overall than the internet we used to have, but it's justified slightly more by the fact that we were able to bundle our phones with it. the services here in Alaska are sometimes limited in your options, and we still have to test out our phone service now that we've switched it to see if it works on our lot when we're up working and building. We're going to be working on an A-frame here this summer. But that means that we can continue I'm going to continue working my husband on improving the Aquarist stream, which is that aquarium in the middle there that has the clock on it. And experiment with ideas on how to use the GoPro camera, which is the top camera over there with the tetras on it. It's getting to be summer, and we have a GoPro and an extra phone that we thought we might experiment doing like chickens and stuff, because that was one of the things we'd be able to do. Because when it's really cold in the winter, it strips the batteries on our cameras pretty good. But now that it's summer, we thought we can try putting a GoPro out there with the chickens. So anyway, we decided that we'd hang on to the unlimited internet and do a little more experimenting with different pets and things. So pretty excited about that, because I was only going to hold on to the unlimited internet for the month of April. And now that it's May, we were thinking about what we were going to do, and we made a decision yesterday about it. So pretty excited about that. And now I will catch up with chat, but I wanted to tell you guys because I was very excited that we were able to make this. Alright, so Luna says, I did a little koi fish. I sketched one of my favorite games, but I think I'm rusty compared to what I used to draw. Pick scent. Can I pull them up? Or would you prefer for me to keep them off stream? Well, hold on. I don't know where my Discord's gonna pull up, which screen it's coming up on. Okay, it's coming up on my alternate screen, which is good. That way it's not showing things. Okay, cool. Alright, so what we have, we got some stuff to show off. This is Luna Laney's art. I like the color pattern that you went with. That you have, oh, I like how you did the eye. I think this looks good. You've got, and I like the, it almost reminds you of like Japanese kind of painting style with the wisps of like watercolor wash type here. And in the face and stuff. So I think this is looking really nice. I like that you only went with a couple of colors instead of going all out. I know a thing that I tend to do is a lot of Sumi, yes, Sumi. Sometimes too much color. So I always appreciate art that can do a lot with just a few colors, and I think you've done that here. So that's Luna Laney's work. Let's see. Oh, we've got. What's the story behind this one? A guy with a shovel on a donkey. Is this based on a movie or a character? What else do we have? I remember these. I remember when you were working on these on stream. I think these look good. Graveyard Keeper. Graveyard Keeper. He looks pretty happy. I like it. But I remember you were working on the portraits. In fact, I do remember you working on this one. I think these came out really well. Portraits are hard. In fact, my father had picked up doing portraits last year, and he was spending a lot of time just studying shading and anatomy and what works and what doesn't, you know? Those soft tones, which you've really captured here. I mean, look at the nose. I think these look good. I remember you working on this stuff. Look at the fabric you've got there. You've got, oh, right here. Right here, and really like that you've got the seam. You've got a shadow. You can see the wrinkle coming back up, catching the light. And you've done it here on the buttons. I think you've done a really nice job here. I am glad that you're coming back to do some of this and that you might do some of it on stream. Here's another one. These are really nice. Really nice lighting here, kind of coming over, and you can see how the bridge of the nose is shadowed here, but her cheekbones is catching the light. This looks really good. I have a hard time with portraits. I think these look really good. Yay! So, are any of these recent, or are these some of the ones that I remember? I think this one you had been working on, and but I don't remember seeing this one. Luna, you should join the RPG, but by the way, because I just started a quest. Haven't done any puzzle drawings recently. That one is older too. Well, you were on the. I think that you definitely. I'm glad that you're looking to sketch again, and I think you have really something going here. So I hope that you do more with it. And then I know that Rahara had sent some pictures. Here's a video. She's a chicken keeper now. These are her little chickens. Rahara, can I tell your story about these chickens? Or at least sum it up? Yeah. So we were at actually the feed store today looking at chicks, and my daughter's like, I want a chicken. I'm like, you have 6. 6. Yeah, we have 6. Yeah. So Rahara rescued a hen from a flock that had been basically attacked by every thinkable animal and it was just not doing well. You know, so there was a hen and she was a survivor, right? And they got this hen and she was sitting on a large clutch of eggs and of course, especially a hen that's surviving a flock that had been killed by wild animals, is going to be very protective of her chicks, even I think more so than usual, but they can be pretty darn defensive of their babies. But you guys got this chicken, provided her a home and a safe place to have her chicks. So you've not only saved this hen, but all of these babies. So just bravo. I know that you've had tons of questions, and I've raised chicks from this age. I have never hatched chicks. So you've done something that even in all the years that I've had chickens have never done. Mine, you know, usually I get them around this age that you're seeing here, but you took a hen and you helped her. Look at these little chicks. They're just so happy. They're so healthy. You should be very proud of what you guys were able to accomplish. Very proud. It's wild that she had enough resource to be able to make eggs because the neighbors aren't seemingly feeding them. Yes, and not only that, but they need like calcium. Like in fact, I was just out with my chickens today and I was checking, like my husband had fed them. I'm like, did you check their supplements? Because usually we do. They were low on oyster shell, and oyster shell provides the calcium they need to be able to lay eggs, that especially eggs strong enough that they can sit on. So, you know, when we don't have fertilized eggs, so we just have hens, they lay eggs, we eat them. We can tell when they're low on calcium or they're not coming into the coop and eating their calcium, because you can almost just take the egg and tap it like on a bowl and it'll just open right up. And usually, you know, you when a good egg, you know, you can give it a couple of taps and then you break it. And sometimes we've had ones that are really thick-shelled, and I was like, I don't know what this chicken's doing, maybe overeating her, maybe she's the one eating all the supplements. But anyway, you can also get soft eggs, which are not fun at all. We had a hen, she's no longer with us, that had laid some soft eggs because she wasn't really doing much with her supplements. So the fact that you had a hen that the neighbors were basically neglecting, allowing the flock to basically be picked off by wild animals, not providing food, and if they're not providing food, then they're definitely not providing the supplements, you know, because that's an important part of it. And so I think it's great that you did that for those chickens. I think that what you guys did, not only rescuing her, but starting from scratch, like how do we make this work, and all the cleanup and things that you guys did to help this hen and her family is wonderful. So I am really impressed, and I know that you've been sending me photos and asking questions, and like my life has been on and off the rails lately, so I haven't been as responsive. But now that I have you on stream and I'm on camera and I have a mic in front of me, I want to say well done. Well done. Yeah, and you know, that's irresponsible. You know, it's one thing to have a flock of chickens and be like, oh, they're free range, right, within a specific area. But especially if you're in like an urban area and you're just like, and you let your chickens run wild, like in neighbors' yards and things, that's kind of problematic because some people might have allergies, some people might not want chickens in their yard, some people might have pets that attack the chickens, some people probably don't want poop all over their stuff. Like, well, my daughter brings the chickens up on the deck sometimes, and I'm just like, they just poop all the time. That's, you know, in their nature. It's not like, there's something new for me to poop on, I'm gonna do this. That's not how they are. They just poop a lot. So people who get chickens and let them free range in other people's yards isn't very nice, I don't think, because that's not being responsible or keeping them safe or being kind to your neighbors, because the chickens are probably over there pooping on everything. They also dig holes. I will my husband pointed out, later I will go get a photo of this trench these chickens are making. I don't know, it looks like that movie Chicken Run, where they're digging a trench and trying to escape. I'm not sure what they're doing. My guess is that there's bugs and things, and they've just been after them. And we had a flock block, which is a block of feed that we put out during the winter for them, so that they have extra food source in addition to all the feed we give them, right? All I could think is that they finished the flock block off and started digging around to get the seeds, and it just kept going. And now it's so deep, and it's a trench. It looks like some kind of elaborate escape attempt. Yeah, and animal care and animal husbandry is really important. So we have chickens, we have bees, and we have a dog, and we have, as you can see, a lot of aquariums. And these 3 cameras are only on half the aquariums we have. We have 3 other aquariums, and I just got another one. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. But anyway, yeah, it takes work. And I know my daughter, she's only 5. She's like, I want to get this dog and I want to do that. And I was like, you have to, 1, be able to afford to feed them. 2, have the time to put into them. And 3, have additional costs associated with, like, emergency care, for example. Like, our dog cost several $1,000s a couple years ago because it was attacked by another dog and nearly died. And he needed a lot of surgery to get him back on track. And that was Schnitzel. He's doing fine. He's sleeping somewhere. He's now 8 years old. He's getting a little older now. Yeah, and your son wants a cat, but does he know that 1, he has to feed it, 2, there's vet costs, and 3, you have to clean up after them, right? That's one of the reasons we don't have cats, because I don't like litter boxes. And, you know, you put your cat outside or something, right? Because you're like, oh man, I can just go outside and use the bathroom kind of like a dog. Well, the problem is the cat, you're introducing a predator that is not native to the area, and then they start killing birds. And cats outdoors across the US are responsible for a large number of bird deaths, such that has made an impression on bird populations, right? So yeah, and then they shed, right? And some people are allergic to the fur or the pet dander, and that's true of dogs too. So yeah. Oh gosh, and you can't let it outside because of paralysis ticks. That's right, you guys have ticks down there. Well, that, and they can really put a dent in a bird population. We have feral cats around here, and it drives me nuts when I see a feral cat up, you know, hanging around our chicken coop, because 1, it's after our chickens. We've got a safe place for our chickens, so they haven't been a problem. 2, they can carry parasites and things that are dangerous to pregnant women and young children. And 3, it's probably a result of somebody who did not fix their cat, you know? So if you get a pet and you don't plan on some kind of responsible breeding program, do please get them fixed. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, that was like a whole weird pet rant. I could go on, because I'm a really big fan of pets and animal care, and that's one of the things that we're working with my daughter right now. It's really easy for her to get overexcited about the chickens or overexcited about the dog. And we have to say, you have to be gentle, right? Yeah, and Schnitzel is a wire-haired dachshund, so he doesn't shed very much, thank goodness. My daughter keeps talking about a husky, which is a very popular dog here in Alaska for many reasons. And I was like, they just shed so much. In fact, I know people who've gotten Roombas, right? Because they're like, oh, the Roomba can, I don't know, vacuum up after this dog. And I've had people, I've seen them and talked to people who are like, yeah, I'm just selling the Roomba because it can't handle the amount of pet hair in our home. And they, you know, it's because they have a husky or something. But anyway, that's nothing wrong with huskies. I don't like big dogs and big poops and big fur. But that's just me. My daughter is convinced. Alan was like, if you think, I mean, she's very responsible, Schnitzel, and she'll take him on a walk and she picks up after him when he poops. But, you know, there's a difference between picking up like a little dog poop and a poop the size of like a human. My brother had a giant dog that weighed like 150 pounds, and when it pooped, and you needed like a grocery bag to clean up after it. I only had to do it once, and I never took his dog on a walk again. I'm like, that's your dog, and your dog's poop. I'm not doing that. Some people are fine with that, you know? But no. I haven't done any drawing, and it's almost time for them to come home from Taekwondo class. What did I do? This is all I've done. I've added some shading. I probably need to do some trees. I think I'm done with the water. I think it's time for trees. So make a folder. Call it trees. And then think about how I'm gonna do these trees, because I don't want so much detail that it's kind of problematic. And the two colors I'm gonna go with this is blue gray and this green gray, right? I will... How am I gonna do this? At the top of the waterfall, the trees are gonna be fairly small. I have a reference image somewhere. And part of the reason I have the reference image is to figure out the scale of things. So let me go back and see if I can find that. I think next week, Tuesday and Thursday. This week, oh, my light just went off on my Tetra tank. Hold on. Oh, apologies. The Tetra Take's timer is all messed up because I was using it on our Aquarius to AK. I do a shout out like every stream, but you know, because we're growing the channel as best we can. For the Aquarius one, we've been doing the frogs during the day and then trying to switch over to the Tetra Tank at night, right? So the Tetra Tank is off most of the day and then the light comes on at night, but it still has the old transition between day and night, so it dims around, what is it, 6:30, and then it'll switch back over, right? So I haven't fixed the timer for it yet. And the frog tank is probably going to start dimming soon. So since we'll be going out to dinner here later for Cinco de Mayo, we will probably turn off all the cameras for the night for Aquarius Day K, and then I'll have the frog tank back on tomorrow. So I'll talk a bit about aquariums again instead of doing art. I was looking up a reference image. So let me see if I can pull up my reference image at least. Okay, I see what they did. Okay. So I got my reference image set up. That's not what I want to do. It's gonna have some more kind of mossy stuff going on up here before it gets over to trees and things, which will be over on this mountaintop. So just around here, have a little bit of that going on. Anyway, so for aquariums, I'm really excited. So, oh, come on! I just switched it over and it did it again. Anyway, give me a second. So the Tetra tank is upstairs, which is why I keep running off. So the frog tank is behind me, the shrimp tank is right here, and the Tetra tank is upstairs. So we've got tanks all over the house. So the cameras are kind of, you know, they're fine. The problem is the aquarium lights. I ordered a new aquarium light for one of the aquariums that we're gonna set up that is supposed to be controlled by my phone. Because these other ones are nice and they have a lot of features, but programming them is a pain in the butt, and that's why the Tetra tank keeps turning off, because I have not reprogrammed it because it's a real pain. My husband does the programming, and I haven't really asked him to do it because I'm still trying to figure out whether we want to do like the Tetra tank every night or not. That being said, what I was going to say for aquariums is that we're doing kind of an interesting approach for the newest aquarium, which will become probably the new primary aquarium for the Aquarius DK channel. And I'm super excited because we're gathering local materials. So we went camping and went to a river valley and picked out a lot of different rocks. Uh-oh, I have to turn off my camera. Hold on. Here she comes. Little lady. There we go. Okay. Sorry, I had to turn off the camera because she likes to run up and get in the camera, and I really don't want her online. Anyway, I'm going to have to go, but I'll finish my aquarium conversation. So we went to a river valley and we picked out a lot of neat rocks, right? And then we went up and hiked to a lake yesterday and picked up a lot of driftwood. And then we're going to be going on another trip soon down to a beach where I'm going to pick up some like gray and black sand and gravel. And then we're going to put together a tank that looks more like a natural river bottom like you might find here in Alaska. So I'm really excited about it because the Tetra tank is kind of like, hey, I'm learning how to aquascape. The frog tank was a deliberately planned tank with some aquascaping that I think is a little more advanced than what you see in the Tetra tank. The Tetra tank has a lot of plants in it. It is a larger tank and has lots of plants. So I'm still experimenting with what works there. We've kind of figured out what's going on with the frog tank, and I'm pretty happy about that. And then the shrimp tank is kind of what works with shrimp. They like Java ferns, simple stuff, water lettuce, stuff like that. So
Stuff like that?
shh, little lady, please don't. Anyway, so pretty excited. When we have that tank come online, I'll probably do a lot more talking about the development and the aquascaping, and maybe I'll record some of our aquascaping attempts because I've been watching videos and learning some things that I'm going to try. So it'll be largely experimental with different types of hardscaping and aquascaping. Pretty excited about that. Obviously, I did not accomplish very much tonight as far as art goes. I'm going to raid out because my daughter is here and we are going to be going to dinner soon, so give me a moment to find... Well, I know what I'm going to do. You guys are already on the channel, so I'm just going to do this. And just raid the other channel and probably leave it on while we go to eat. You guys have been great. Thank you for chatting with me and hearing me yammer on. It was nice to just get on chat. Maybe next time I'll just put just chatting instead of art, since all I did was, well, draw this little bit. But, oh well. Fun enough. Okay, alright. I will catch you guys later. I'll be back on tomorrow for a lunch break art stream, which should be a little longer than like 20 minutes or 30 minutes or however long this ended up being after figuring out the audio stuff. Alright, bye guys!